What does the post-Brexit landscape look like for the manufacturing and industrial sector? The post-Brexit landscape for the manufacturing and industrial sector looks a little uncertain, as for many other sectors. By the end of March 2019, on the government's current timetable, the UK will have transitioned away from the existing EU legal framework to a new standalone UK legal framework, whatever that may look like. Every company will have to navigate that transition, but for manufacturing and industrial companies, that will give rise to particular challenges and uncertainties. Some of those will be of more immediate impact, others will affect long-term strategic planning. The availability of suitable workers, the potential imposition of tariffs and resulting trade barriers, not only on destination products, but also on the supply chain. These will be things that are of specific significance for the sector. In terms of risks, I've spoken about the potential imposition of tariffs and resulting trade barriers. Understanding where tariffs may apply in future, which do not currently apply, will be of particular concern to manufacturing industrial companies, not only in terms of their destination products, but also for the often complex supply chains through which those products and components are sourced. I've already mentioned the potential for Brexit to impact on the free movement of workers into the UK. For businesses in the manufacturing and industrial sector, like engineering companies and others who rely on the availability of a skilled workforce to maintain and develop their business, any imposition of immigration or other controls impacting the movement of workers into the UK may have a significant impact. The fall in the value of sterling since the Brexit vote has provided some competitive benefit to UK manufacturers compared to their overseas counterparts. But where the complexities of the supply chain involve sourcing of products from outside the UK, then the increase in component costs in sterling terms has provided price disadvantage. Fluctuations in the value of sterling more generally is not seen as providing stability for longer-term strategic planning. The apparent willingness of some countries to negotiate free trade agreements with the UK in a post-Brexit environment will present opportunities for our businesses, particularly in the manufacturing and industrial sector, to access markets which they couldn't have accessed on a tariff-free basis without action from the EU, and which the EU may not have been able or willing to unlock. I think the key factor facing companies in this sector is how the uncertainty over the UK's future relationship with the European Union and with third countries will impact on their future strategic planning. This sector faces longer-term investment horizons than many other sectors. Factors such as the availability of land, of suitable infrastructure, where to situate new plant, new production lines, the availability of suitably skilled workforces, are all factors that mean that those decisions, once taken, need longer to implement. In my view, companies in the sector need to take a step back and analyse their existing operations, to look at the rights and assets which they currently enjoy, and to consider how those will be affected by the UK's leaving the European Union. And whilst we don't know what form that Brexit will take, it is possible to do a number of scenario plans based on different outcomes, with the worst case of a hard Brexit, with the UK falling back on its membership of the WTO, the World Trade Organization. And armed with that analysis, to then consider what rights and obligations that may be lost are critical to the future success of the organisation, and to consider then what steps the company might take to address that loss, either by trying to intervene in the political process by which the outcome of Brexit will be negotiated, or potentially through its strategic planning, to look at how those losses could be mitigated either by the acquisition of different assets, change in their strategic planning in their supply chain, or even potentially relocation of business.